all of you from all of us here at Julian Campbell Foundation. And in today's video or transmission, due to many requests, we're going to be talking about the impact of youth mental health on our society. And yeah, I mean, did you know, for example, that our children are the 70th country out of 73. They are the most depressed. They're the ones that are suffering from the depression, the anxiety episodes. And I was quite interested and curious to see, like, if we are 70, who's 71, 72, and 73? And Portugal was there. So there's something that we're not providing for our children. And today we're going to talk about top causes. Why is it that our children are struggling? What is it that they're doing or they're not doing? And then looking at the impact of that, of what they're doing and not doing. And then we're going to look at the $3.4 billion or billion pound question. What is it that we can be doing with that money to help our children? So first of all, yeah, I mean, it's like, why are our children struggling? Do you know that anxiety and depression, a lot of people are taking time off because of their mental health and well-being, and this is losing £3.4 billion a year to the economy. Did you know that? And what is it that we're not doing to our children? What kind of support are we not giving them for them to be, for us to be losing this kind of money? This is a lot of money. And so the top causes of this loss are pressure of social media, a lot of overload at school and the school day, and sleep deprivation. Now, I've already spoken in previous lives about the impact of all of these. Our children are spending a lot of time on social media. We would say that maybe to spend 2 hours a day maximum in the week time and 3 hours a day maximum at the weekend would be enough for our children, for them to be able to contact their friends and be in the conversation. But what is happening is that we are supporting children and young people. So when I say we are supporting children and young people, our charity, Julian Campbell Foundation, we train and develop mentors, mood mentors, and they support young children and help them manage their mental health and well-being. And what's happening is that we're finding out, and we're supporting children and young people that are spending in excess to 4 to 5 hours a day, and sometimes up to 12 hours a day on their social media channels. So with our young girls, they are more into Instagram, which is really dangerous at that age, that formative age. We're talking about teenagers, or anything from about 13, 14, 15 years old, that our young children, our girls, are seeing celebrities and seeing all of these fake images, when I say doctored images online, and they're comparing themselves to these images, and it's not really helping them with their confidence and their body image. With boys, it seems to be more about computer games and playing together, and sometimes they are up from 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and this then impacts the sleep, because what happens is that our young people are on social media or playing these games after 10 o'clock at night, when really, we need to put a lid on it for about 8, 9 o'clock in the evening, because their brains are developing, their frontal cortex is developing, so they need really 8 hours sleep to help them to do that, and that's not happening. And then the impact of that, when they get into school, they're not able to focus on school, they're not able to focus on their work, and this impacts their achievement in a negative way. So the 3 causes for this are the social media and the pressure that it provides, especially with our young people and and their brains that have not really developed or fully developed yet, because it does take until the 20s for this to happen. And the sleep deprivation as a result of that, which then results in poor performance. So let's talk about some of the impact of this on our young people, and and how it's impacting their mental health. So because they're not getting the sleep and they go into the school and going to school and they're tired and they're unable to focus, that means that it's impacting their productivity. So they're not really productive, and they're missing out on schoolwork because it's impacting their attendance. And this is really impacting their mental health and well-being. And we see our young people on that loop of anxiety, which is a high energy mood, and depression, which is a low energy mood, and they're going on this loop, and it's consistent and consistent. And because we're not really helping them and supporting them in dealing with their mental health and well-being at a significantly young age, they're growing up not being able to focus, not being able to concentrate. Some of them having poor attendance, some of them not being able to do what needs to be done when it comes to passing exams, because they're not able to focus and concentrate due to the impact of the social media. So today we're talking about what it is, like, why are our children struggling, and what is the impact, like, what is happening for our children to be what is the impact of their poor performance, their anxiety and their depression, and the impact of this on the money that is being lost in the economy, like 3.4 billion. I mean, and I really wonder, what does that look like? What does that look like? So today we've talked about our young people and the impact of social media, lack of sleep, and poor performance on their mental health and well-being. And we've looked at this, that and this situation is getting worse and it's getting more out of control. And UK is has got we have got young people that are depressed and anxious, and we are ranked 70 out of 73 countries. And so losing 3.4 billion pounds is a lot of money. So how can we really address this? What can we do with this money to turn things around? And just one thing that I want to say before we go on to all of this is that, since 2010, the smartphones were invented, and then our young people have been using the smartphone still since 2001. And also, as well, in addition to that, with the smartphone, that children's services or support that our children have, that has been going down and down and down as well. So there's a lot more that we could be doing, to support our children and young people, to strengthen that platform between childhood and adulthood, to really strengthen them, because, like, this is the impact. This is the impact of what we're doing on the economy. So what could 3.4 billion be used to fund instead? We could have 4,000 new schools. 4,000 new schools. Like, I mean, that is like so many thousands of young people. Like, we could have 40,000 new homes, and we can have 75,000 new mental health nurses from the National Health Service. And we could all be taking responsibility for the young people in our lives, supporting them and helping them, give them the tools that they need to be able to better manage their mental health and well-being, because in doing this, we'll be securing our future, and in securing our future, enabling that our young people will go on to thrive and be happy, be healthy, and the next generation from there as well will be thriving, healthy, and happy. So please indicate some of the things that you think that we could be doing to turn things round, because I said, what I've seen is the pressure from social media, is school overload, and also like, sleep deprivation linked to the social media pressure. And these are the three main things that are really impacting our young people. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for all of the comments. If there's anything that you want to add or anything else you want us to talk about, please do let us know. And your question to you, what would you do if you had 3.9 billion pounds to make a difference to youth mental health? What would you do? I'm going to leave it there. So goodbye, everybody. Have a really great bank holiday weekend, and see you on the next video.